my name is Shafer, and I'm the District Conservationist here in Delaware County with the Natural Resources Conservation Service, also known as NRCS, there are funding opportunities through EQIP, and EQIP also stands for Environmental Quality Incentive Program. It is a voluntary conservation program that provides financial and technical assistance to farmers and ranchers that have a resource concern. NRCS, we do develop the contract with the producer to implement a practice that's going to solve a resource concern, as well as we will make the payments when the practice has been completed, as long as it is according to our standards and specifications. There are a few eligibility criteria to be eligible to be a participant in this program. One of the things is you must be an ag producer that is engaged in livestock or agricultural production. In order to be considered that agricultural producer, there must be a minimum of $1,000 of agricultural products produced and or sold from that operation. You have to have control of land for the term of the proposed contract. It doesn't necessarily have to be on your own land, but it can be land that has been rented. As well as you have to be in compliance with highly erodible land and wetland conservation compliance provisions. And there are payment limitations with the program as well. If you signed up under a general EQIP program, it's limited to a person or entity at $300,000 for a 6-year period from 2009 to 2014. And if you signed up for an organic initiative, it's $20,000 per year, not to exceed $80,000 for that same period, 2009 to 14. EQIP is a continuous sign-up, or you can sign up at any time for EQIP, but there is a call generally for applications one time a year. This year the general sign-up did end February 16th, but we do have an organic initiative that is currently taking applications through March 19th. Now, part of the organic initiative is those that are transitioning to organic or those that are currently certified organic. Both qualify for that. NRCS this year, through EQIP, is offering this new program. It is called Seasonal High Tunnels. It is a seasonal high tunnel. I'm going to give my specific definition so everybody knows exactly what it is.
Looks like the word greenhouse.
It's a big, well, it's a big cold frame is what it is. Okay, a high tunnel is a polyethylene covered structure without electrical, ventilation, or heating system. It has to be at least 6 feet in height, which modifies the climate to create a more favorable growing condition for vegetables and other specialty crops grown in the natural soil beneath it. This is a 3-year, we're doing this as a 3-year pilot project. We want to see if it is effective in reducing pesticide use, keeping vital nutrients in the soil, as well as extending the growing season and increasing yields. There are a few specifications with the project. One being that we're limited on our funding. Size limit is 2,178 square feet, which is roughly 20 by 108. Now you can have that in one facility, it could be in 2 facilities, it could be a small facility, but we weren't going to pay for anything larger than that square footage. The practice must be situated on existing cropland that has an active crop production history. That means a specialty crop must have been grown 2 out of the past 5 years. The crops have to be grown within the high tunnel, must be planted directly into the soil. So that means no pots, growing racks, or hydroponics are eligible. And the cost share assumes, because of the rate of the cost share, it assumes that the cover will be removed every year because you don't want any snow damage. And at the end of every year, there's going to be a required report, and there's going to be information that we're going to need from those that are growing that to find out what was planted before, when were they planted, the growing season length, what nutrients and pesticides, if any, were used, and the irrigation that was used. Again, this is a continuous program with that call for applications once a year, but our organic deadline is still available until March 19th. Does anybody have any questions currently about this program? Like I say, if anybody thinks they might be interested, you can give me a call, come into the office. We can go through to make sure you meet the eligibility requirements and all that kind of stuff.
Haven't they been doing this for a while?
This practice is the first time we've
Oh,
done
because
this.
I saw some like traveling up.
Correct. This is the first time that the government is gonna,
Oh, the government.
yes, we're giving some cost share dollars for that.
Oh.
What kind of crops?
Specialty crops. If you are currently growing tomatoes or cucumbers, it can be tomatoes and cucumbers. If you're growing melons.
So that's going to extend the season though, yeah?
Correct. And that's really what we want to see is we should get it a month in the beginning and a month at the end.
Do you know who Farmer Jones is up in Huron County?
I do not.
They grow under smaller versions of that. They extend their spinach,
Okay.
a lot of their root vegetables, and I'll tell you what, the bricks count on those things are ridiculous.
But I suppose too, you could also do any herbs, all that kind of stuff.
The bricks count, because what happens is at night they freeze, and then they thaw back out during the day, so spinach is just so sweet.
Sweet,
It's
right.
It almost tastes sweet, so the bricks is so
How will this reduce pesticides?
I guess I'm gonna turn it over to Mike Anderson. And Mike currently has and is using this kind of facility.
Stuff like total.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.